Good evening. Thank you. So the title of the talk is The Lightkeeper, and I have a new book out called The Lightkeeper. There it is. It's got some quotes on the front. I've got copies to sell out if you buy it. And I was sitting there thinking it would be really, really dull to sit here and talk about that for the next 15 minutes, so I'm not really going to. What I would like to do is take you for a walk. I live over in Eastbourne, which you may not know this. I'm not even sure if my family knows this. But Eastbourne is in fact the world headquarters of the Raging Granites. And come November the 1st, I'm telling you, it's all going to kick off down there. Who here, could you put your hand up if you've been up on the cliffs at Beachy Head? Most people. Okay. If you have, or indeed if you haven't and you can imagine, I'd invite you just for a minute to close your eyes. It can still be a bit frantic tonight, isn't it? So let's just calm down for a minute, close our eyes, and think about being up on those cliffs, that beautiful landscape, that rolling downland, that gorgeous, lush, green grass that goes right to the edge and then suddenly falls away in a 500-foot drop, a sheer white cliff. And that view that you can see as you look out across the channel, the sky is so wide, the horizon so vast that you can see the curvature of the earth. And if you stand in that one place, you can see on any given day the sun rise in the east and set in the west. You can open your eyes and come back to the room for a second and think about being up there. The reason I was up there on a particular day that I'm going to talk about was because of a friend. So I'm going to invite you to come on a walk with me. And it's a walk that I took 10 years ago that was really, really changed things for me. Here's the friend. Good-looking man, Mark Halliday, poet, teacher, beautiful, perceptive, sharp, witty. And on the day he died, he sent me a blank text, which for a poet was a strange and disturbingly apt thing to do. He had stomach cancer and he died at the age of 40 and 46. And I was raging, absolutely raging. And sometimes when you're grieving and confused and angry, there's nothing you can do but get out there and walk. So I got out of my house and I walked down the street, not really knowing where I was going, and I walked up the back of Eastbourne where I live, and then I came to the path that leads up onto the downs, and then I walked up onto the cliffs, and I kept walking and walking and walking the grief out of my system, being really angry, not really seeing the beauty of the landscape. And then, oh look, there it is. I managed to get over the top of Beachy Head and down into the gap again and up into that climb. That's the Beltoot Lighthouse, or Beltout Lighthouse, depends how you want to say it. The name comes from an Anglo-Saxon word for a god of the sun, and from tout, which meant lookout, because of that chariot ride of the sun across the sky. And that lighthouse, you might recognise it from Life and Loves of a She-Devil. It was in that. You might also know that it was moved back from the edge about 10 or 15 years ago, a great expense. And the erosion has been so much that it actually needs to be moved again. David Shaw, who bought the lighthouse for something like $250,000 and thought he'd spend another $250,000 doing it up, is now approaching his second million that he's spent on that. Because as at least one person I know in this room knows, old buildings suck up money, and that one particularly has. But it is a gorgeous, luxurious place to go and have bed and breakfast, so I recommend it. On this particular day, I was up there walking hard, walking the grief of Mark out of my boots. There's the edge. You know, if you look up near there, you see students all the time messing about on the edge. And what we know is that that is chalk, and it erodes, and it develops massive cracks. Look at that. I don't really have to say anything about that, do I? So I was up there, walking quite close to the edge, thinking about things, and this person in a red sweater comes up to me and says, "You all right, mate?" I said, "Yeah. Are you?" He said, No, because the thing is, you see, I'm a chaplain. I'm up here to save people. Okay, good. Anyway, I know it's okay, because you're not one of the 3 people that the police have given us the descriptions for who are despondent, who are down here today looking to jump. And I was a bit taken aback by that, and I said, right. And then he proceeded to tell me in great detail the descriptions of those 3 people. I thought, you shouldn't be doing that. And then I asked him about what he did. He said, no, we get up on the edge and we talk to people and we try and prevent them doing anything bad. And sometimes if I need to, I'll sit on the edge with them. And I said, what, dangle your legs over there? He said, yeah, no, I'll put my legs over there. Oh right, isn't that dangerous? He said, no, because it's the Lord's work and the Lord protects me. I was really angry with him, because Mark, who died that day, was as big a Christian as he was, and nothing had saved him. And so I got interested in the people who could patrol the edge, speechy head chaplains. And in 2014, I became the first journalist to go on patrol with them on the edge. In fact, the only journalist, because they're a quite private group and they don't really like outsiders to come in. Because they believe that drawing attention to their work also would attract people, which is an interesting line to take, given that it is currently, I believe, the #1 suicide spot in the world, known for that. So it seems a bit bizarre that people know 2 things about Beachy Head. It's where you go to be despondent, and it's staggeringly beautiful, but they don't know that there's someone there to talk to when they get there. And the other element of that, of course, is that people sometimes say, why aren't there more signs? Why isn't there a fence? Well, it's because people come for a walk on the edge of the cliffs. That's why they come all that way. It's a 400, 500-foot cliff. That's why they've come. Do they really need a fence and a sign that says this is a 500-foot cliff? Why did they come? Anyway, I spent a week with the chaplains, and I discovered that the chap who had intervened with me was a bit of a rogue, and actually since then I've met a series of inspiring people who patrol that landscape 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in all weathers, and they save lives. Over the course of a week I saw 3 or 4 people prevented from harming themselves every day. And I also spoke to a chaplain who had experienced a terrible thing where he talked to somebody for 3 hours on the edge, and at the end the person had, if you imagine the edge is here and you're the chaplain, the person had said, I'm sorry you had to see this, and just stepped off. Trevor, the chaplain carried on working after that because he knew that he saved people. The statistics are something like 800 people are intercepted by the chaplains every year, and the number of people actually going over has stayed about the same. But maybe increased a little bit in recent years for different reasons. But the theory is that if someone goes there and they're intending to do something, there's about a 20-minute window where if you can intercept that person and say anything to them, it kind of breaks the spell of where they're in, and it makes change possible. So they'll go up and they'll say, are you okay, mate? And then the next thing is, are you despondent? And the next one is, are you suicidal? And as I recall, the statistic is that if the person answers any of those questions, at all, with any kind of verbal response, then there's something like an 80 to 85% chance that they'll come away for a cup of tea and be referred to the relevant services. So it's extraordinary work that they do. That's one of them up there. There is a club of people, repeat visitors, who come to the Edge and are intercepted by the chaplains and who have a cup of tea and a conversation and are prevented from doing what they might otherwise have done and then turn up again a week later. And the reason for that is that, with mental health services being what they are at the moment, sometimes they've got nobody else to talk to. And I was with a chaplain a few years ago when he told me that he had seen half a dozen of them who didn't know each other had started to meet up and have a barbecue on the cliff edge. And they were forming a kind of self-help group to get through it. So I'm trying to get over that this is a really scary place, first of all, but also it's an incredibly beautiful place. Of course it is. It's what they call thin place, that idea that you can be in a landscape where the barriers between the natural world and what might else be around, the divine if you like, or the supernatural, or any kind of idea of the numinous, are thin. They're thin up there. And I'll tell you what else is thin. It's the phone signal. You can actually get French mobile more easily on those cliffs than you can British. And you can hear French radio when you get in your car. Because France is just over there, just over the horizon. And yet, I live in a town that voted for Brexit. Now here's an interesting thing, and I don't know if it's happened in St Leonard's and Hastings, but it has happened in Eastbourne. It was an overwhelming Brexit vote, and one of the things that we heard in public debates was that we wanted fewer foreigners. We wanted fewer people of difference to be in our town, apparently. They didn't like it when it was pointed out to them the oldest known inhabitant of Eastbourne, whose bones were found on Beachy Head, was from sub-Saharan Africa. And they didn't like it when it was pointed out to them that the Eastbourne fishermen historically come from families that are either French, Norman, or Spanish. They wanted fewer foreigners. And as I understand what happened is that because of Brexit, there was a wobble in the London housing market, and a number of people who'd been thinking, oh, one day we should go to the seaside, actually decided to do it. And so Eastbourne over the last few years has had this incredible, lovely influx of Londoners who are, of course, all multicultural. So they got the very thing they were voting against. I mention that because I'm doing a programme for Radio 4 next week. It's a double-headed programme that we recorded earlier this year. And it's called The Walk Across the Water, and it's about the links between Calais and Dover, which are only 21 miles apart. I'm sure you feel those links here, but also in Dover you can look across and see Calais, and in Calais you can look across and see Dover. And I was inspired by what my family was saying earlier, just to tell you about somebody called Beatrice Array, who was the wife of a French policeman, one of those who was instrumental in dismantling and opposing jungle. Now, when we were making the documentary, we spoke to the Deputy Mayor of Calais, and he said, with a straight voice, there are some nationalities that only understand the language of violence. And that was what they had done in dismantling the jungle. Beatrice was married to a man who was a Front National supporter, right wing, and who was instrumental in that, and he died. And she felt a sense of liberation, and as part of that liberation that she felt from him, she picked up somebody one day who was hitchhiking, and he asked to be taken to the jungle. And she somehow overcame her prejudices to go inside the jungle and see what it was about. And then gradually over time she became a volunteer helping people. And then one day she came across a man, a series of men, Iranian men, who had sewed up their mouths in protest at having no voice. And one of them made her a cup of tea. And Beatrice looked into his eyes and fell in love with him. And I said to her, what was it that attracted you to this man? And she said, in all honesty, what you mean apart from the fact that his mouth was sewn up. Anyway, she fell in love with him, took him into her house with his friends, bought him a boat, and they tried to cross the channel. Incredibly risky thing to do. You know, as we know here, people are still arriving and the numbers are increasing. He was one of the lucky ones. They were rescued by the border police, border patrol, and he now lives in Sheffield. And so every other weekend, Beatrice will drive from Calais through the tunnel all the way up to Sheffield, where she sees her man for a couple of days and then drives back again to do her job. And I kind of said to her, you know, what is it that you're getting from this? Why are you persevering with this man? And she gave me just the most delicious look. I wish I could recreate it. And she just went, a love. He gives me something no one's ever given me. And I felt happy for her, you know. Anyway, Beatrice is on that radio program, and I mention it because the conclusion of that program is that we're all family. I want to finish, because I do eventually actually want to send it back to the book. I kind of took a little bit of a detour from what I was going to say because I wanted to share the story of Beatrice with you because it tied in with what we were talking about earlier with the comics. It kind of also ties in with the first talk. Anyway, just a short paragraph from the book. There's a guy in the Belted Lighthouse who can't leave because his partner has died and all the memories of her are there and he can hardly bear to stay, and he's caught suspended between going and staying, like the lighthouse is suspended between the sea and the sky. He can hardly move, but he has to also recognise the beauty of it. This is a lonely place in winter, but on spring days like these, there is no more beautiful place in the world. The ripped clouds reveal a deep blue sky, the sunlight spills over everything, glittering on the sea or flashing on the bright face of the cliff, and the air is alive with brilliant energy. A man who wishes he could do justice to the glory of it all, in memory of his love, stands at the base of his tower and thinks, "You are gorgeous, and so are you."